Yesterday was the kind of day they write movies about. Where were you? Why weren't you cashing with us? Be there next time.
YouTube faithful, what's going on? It's Motivation Monday, and Captain Crush is here to motivate you. We have a large MLB slate. I think there's like 14 games left on the slate, maybe 10. I'm not sure. The early game's going off right now. We got a lot of potential hitters and pitchers today. We got Ohtani walking into Coors Field, hoping to hit a ding-dong. Look at this fantasy score. It's ridiculous. We got the Vladdy at 1.5. We got a couple of pitchers on here to talk about. Gonna try to make it all short and sweet for you today. They're already bumping around a lot of the plays that I like, so I'm going to have to craft some surgery. But before I do, comment guy, if you're new to the channel, I cover it all. NBA, MLB, NFL, all of it. So smash subscribe and smash the like. It's a free video. It helps me out. Know your role, pay the toll, and let's get started. I mean, right out of the gate, though, I wouldn't be Crush if I didn't go over yesterday. Now, would I? Now, if you saw my X post, you know the type of day it was. But I'm going to ring a few bells. 480, 200, 500, 660, 100, 30, 375, a crispy 480, 200, and 500 again, and then another 5, 4, and 3. And then the grand number after it's all said and done of profit, 3 bands, baby. Yesterday on Sunday, the lightest day of the week, the Lord's Day, I went light and I managed to find some ridiculously good lineups via anchors and darts. The fundamental way that I preach to build lineups comes through again. Haters, go ahead and hate. If you're not using anchors and darts, you ain't doing it right. One day, August 17th, my whole month now, I was already on cruise control. But now, comment guy, I'm literally on idle speed the rest of the month. I don't need to make another dime the rest of the month after the first week and the last one. I mean, everybody got fed that was in this court yesterday. Absolutely. I literally went 13 out of 14 hitters cashed. And guess what? Not a freaking one of them was on the popular play tab, because I don't mess with that nonsense. Miss me with that popular hitter nonsense, buddy. I'm not interested. I go with the path less traveled. 13 of 14. Under captain slips right here, I posted 8 of them. Adele, Polanco, Urias, Vinto, bang! Sweep that. And then right here, 1, 2, 3. Simpson chalked. He's chalked. He's sold. 3 of 4 if you flexed it, cash it. Told you to flex it. Also gave you Devers and Seager in a 2-man up here. This link right here, cash it. And then I gave you a 4-man WNBA sweep. Hamburger, Wilson, Thomas, and Diggins. Moral of the story, comment guy, if you didn't cash yesterday, you sold. But I do have a rule. Always go light after a big day. Those are the rules. I didn't make them. I just follow them. Now, my favorite play on the board was Robbie Ray under 98.5 pitches thrown. Look, comment guy. Now he's all the way down to 96. A 2-point bump. It bumped out. So now I'm not going to tell you to take under, but I will say this. Robbie Ray's due regression. The Padres are clicking at the right time. I think they're going to have their way with San Francisco. Another rival game just like the Dodgers. And I think the Padres are going to make him very inefficient today. But if you want to take over now, if you took under 98.5 and middle the bet, you could. I don't hate that at all. He lands on 97. You can cash them both. But I'm not doing it. I'm not middling today. I already got my lineups in. The other one, where was it? Mr. Gilbert, 93.5 pitches. I'm taking over. Why? This one's going to be sweaty. As you can see, the last 5, it doesn't look good. Here's the thing with Gilbert. He notoriously falls apart in the 4th, 5th, and 6th inning. Notoriously does it, but the Phillies have been swinging at everything lately. Seattle has a chance for Gilbert to bounce back, give him some run support, let him be a little bit efficient. If he goes 6 innings today, he's going over 94 pitches. So I'm hoping that he goes 6 innings. Another thing that helped me make my decision was the fact that PrizePicks doesn't have a pitching out stat for him, a proposition if you will, which tells me they don't know where to price it, which means he may go a little bit deeper than normal, so I took over. Those are the pitches thrown ones today. Yesterday I went 6 of 6 on my pitches thrown one. I gave the Discord 2 of them, and then I held back 4 of them for myself because they're very, very volatile, and it did happen to go 6 of 6 for a crispy 37.5x because I happened to power it, but that's neither here nor there, comment guy. Now, so you have those for the pitches thrown. I wanted to talk about those. But there's a couple other pitchers on this board that we can talk about. We got Paul Skeens. We got the Gas Man. It looks like they took off. Like I said, guys, they bumped everything that I liked. I liked Gas Man at 5.5. Now he's down to 4.5. And they have a Goblin here at 7.5. I mean, come on, guy. If you want to take him at 7.5, I mean, whatever. But I guess you got to take him at 4.5 now if you want to get some exposure to the Gas Man. Because he might be throwing gas today, fella. He just might be throwing gas, okay? I'm going with him. If he sells, he sells. It's the Pirates. They're going to strike out. It is what it is. If he sells, he sells. I'm in the mix. Paul Skeens, I'm fading him today because I can't count on him to get over 15.5 pitching outs. The coach speak is there talking about we may have to limit it. I'm not interested. It's a bad matchup for him. Nonetheless, the Toronto Blue Jays are pretty much number 1 at not striking out. However, if you want to take Skeens at 6 Ks, comment guy, I wouldn't begrudge you a bit. I'm never going to tell you not to take the man's Ks. Me personally, though, I'm fading it, okay? You got a lot of heavy hitters on here. Flirty, Dustin May, the Red, Big Red, Yoshi Yamamoto, Robbie Ray, Nestor the what? Cortez, we already know what that is. A lot of big names, comment guy. So the question is, what are we going to do? Well, if Yoshi cannot get 6 strikeouts today versus the Colorado Rockies, my brothers and sisters in Christ, we're going to be looking at a banned list, okay? It's just that simple. You got to be able to strike out 6 Rockies in this spot, dude. You got to be able to. Now, they're playing in Coors Field, which means the ball flight is going to go way higher. It's going to go way longer. It's just how it is over there. There's a bunch of different metrics that make up for that. I'm not going to get into it now, but he has potential to get shelled here. But I still think even if he gets shelled, he can squeak out 6 Ks. So the move with Yoshi, in my opinion, chat, is this right here. This is going to be weird for some of you, but let me quarterback this thing. At 5.5, we're going to be asking for pretty much a ceiling from Yoshi. The line at 6.5, I think under would be okay. Under 6.5, I think that would be okay. Over 5.5, if it pays out, let's see what it pays with any random square. Strider, 2.5x. So it's not a true goblin. 4.5 is probably his true goblin, which will pay 2x. Yep. So 4.5 is much more likely for him to clear than 5.5 or 6.5. Can he get 7 in this spot? Absolutely. But going on the road and knowing how Yoshi is, I think these are the paths. 4.5 seems to be the safer floor play. 5.5, a little bit more risky. And then, of course, 6.5, I would take under. Now, with that in mind, his fantasy score is going to be sky high. And don't think that those Rockies can't unload some runs, especially at home. I know they can. So at 35.5 fantasy score, I would be leaning on the under. Why? Because not only is he going to need the win, he's going to need the quality start that will give him 10. In addition to that, let's say he goes 6 innings to get that. That's 28 fantasy points, okay, with the win, the quality start, and 18 innings. And then you start adding in the Ks. Let's say he gets 5 Ks. That would be 28 plus 15, which would put him right around 43, okay? 43 fantasy points. But that's giving him a full 6 innings, 5 Ks, no earned runs, the win, and the quality start. So there's a lot of paths where he goes under 35.5 fantasy score. I really don't mind taking a shot on the unders when the pitching fantasy score is super high. I don't. I personally don't know how much exposure I'm going to have there, but that is my discussion for Yoshi. I will do you the solid and go to Crushed Bats, which is my pitcher simulation model. We're going to look at 2 more pitchers, and then we're going to discuss some hitters. So you got the Yoshi man, okay? And I'm not talking about the little green dinosaur in Mario. They strike out a little bit more than the league average. They're also fewer likely to get hits. I mean, it's the Rockies, they're poverty. But look at his head-to-heads. The Rockies pretty much own him. Okay, remember, you guys remember this, right? 15, 6, hits allowed 1, 4, 0, 2, 4. I mean, he doesn't do well versus the Rockies, guys. He just doesn't, especially on the road. But look, the simulation model has him going over 6.5, 55% of the time. Now, you have to factor in that this is an elite matchup. This is the best matchup he could have. But even the books are juicing him under. Look, minus 130 to go under, minus 130. I will not be surprised if Yoshi comes out here and gets 7, 8, 9 Ks today. I won't, because he has it in him, and we're seeing that he's going to clear 6.5, 55% of the time. Well, Cap, you just said under at 6.5. Why would you do that at 45? I'm not saying take under 6.5. I'm not taking under. I'm just saying if I was forced to make a move on it, I would lean under. I only want to take 5.5 and 4.5. Okay, 5.5, it skyrockets up to 68%. 4.5, it goes all the way up to 80%. Everything else is a fade. The earned runs, the hits allowed, the walks. He's simulating for 17 pitching outs. But the point is, let's just say he got this. 21 fantasy score, -6. He had 21 points for the Ks, -6 for the earned runs, 2.5, so technically -7.5. He'd be back at like 14, plus 17 outs, that's 31. Let's say they win the game, that's 37, and then he gets the quality start, he'd be at 42. Again, that win and quality start is critical. It's critical, and that's assuming he gets 7 Ks, all right? That is why I thought under on the fantasy score could be in the mix. Or Yoshi goes out there and deals a master class because he's coming into playoff form. That could be on the docket too. It's up to you to decide, comment guy. Next, I want to talk about the bunny rabbit himself, Spencer Strider, facing the White Sox. Chat, he got shelled by the Mets. He got shelled by the Brewers. He got shelled by the Royals. And he got shelled by the Giants. He is due a classic Spencer Strider moment. Now, he's playing the White Sox. What has Captain Crush told you about the White Sox? They do what they're not supposed to do, meaning I will not be surprised if they come out here and shell this man. 8 Ks in mid-August is a big ask. You want to take under, comment guy? I'll be the first one to shake your hand. I won't begrudge you a bit. You want to take under on his fantasy score? I won't begrudge you a bit. I did take a shot on over 7 Ks though. I did. Why? Because I believe he's due. I know what he's capable of. And I know the White Sox can strike out 8 times. This could be the get right spot for Strider. It should be. Now, if I didn't know that the White Sox always go the other way, I would have nuked it. I didn't nuke it. I put like $15 or $20 on it. 5.5 is a lot better play, but I'm just going ahead and going for it. I did put in 6.5 in the slip that I posted, but I will tell you, you could just go for it and pray he gets 8. Honestly, you could. He's projected for 6.8 in a true data. This will account for all of his season, okay? His earned run and his hits, though. You have 2 paths to victory today, comment guy. There's a couple of studs. There's 5 studs on this slate. Flirty, Gilbert, Skeens, Yoshi, and Strider. You could fade them all. Absolutely. That's totally within the realm of possibility. What I mean by that is you could take unders on all of them. Heck, Robbie Ray's in there too. It is a star-studded slate, comment guy. So, you have 2 paths, like I said. You can take the alternate paths with the goblins and hope for your 2-3 X's and hope that the studs perform, or you could go the fade route. You could take their earned runs or his hits allowed on Strider. Same thing with Yoshi. The same thing applies. I'm going over these guys because these are going to be the most asked about guys. This YouTube channel isn't just here to spoon feed you. If you want to get spoon feed, I post slips and do all that stuff in my Discord. And yes, I make slips on the YouTube as well, but it's mainly to teach you guys to enhance your process. But look, you want to take on Strider's 2.5 earned runs, Demon versus the White Sox? Crush says go for it, man. Why not? Why not? Stranger things have happened. Paul Skeens, where are you at? 1.5? They don't even have it. 2.5 earned runs versus Toronto? Why not? That will pay you 5.5x. That's like the full fade on the studs. Where's the Yoshi? 3.5 for Yoshi. That's a little high. I think 2.5 would be fine. But I mean, that would be how you full fade. Or their hits allowed. And that way you're still getting exposure for them not to overperform. But you don't have to mess with their Ks. Because Strider could get 8 Ks and also give up 3 runs, 7 hits, etc. Or you could go the fantasy score route. The fantasy score route is heavily reliant on the win and quality start. That's 10 points right there. So if you can figure out who's going to get it and who's not going to get it, that'll help you with your process. As the season goes on, these guys with stud arms like a Scooble, Hunter Brown, even, I mean, all these guys, they're going to get tired, guys. Their arms are going to need to regress. That's just the nature of the beast. It doesn't mean it's going to happen today. You want to pick guys to regress in bad matchups. Strider and Yoshi are in elite matchups today. That is why I'm taking the over, but I'm giving you the side where you could take the under as well and fully be vindicated and justified, okay? I'm telling you right now. Spencer Strider's hits allowed. Look at his last 5 games. Now, I don't really care about the last 5. I know a lot of you do, but look, 8, 11, 7, 5, 3. He's either going to stay on that track today where he stays and gets shelled, or he's going to bounce back and go back to his normal average, his median projection, okay? But again, it's the White Sox. They're not a good team, so they shouldn't be doing this. But because it's the White Sox, you know that this is in play, Okay, and that may sound crazy to you if you don't know baseball, but it makes perfect sense. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. Another thing you have to consider with Strider is he's playing at home. So, I mean, he has everything working in his favor, but those are the fade options you take. If you want to fade, you think he's going to do bad today, it's under on the fantasy score, over on the earned runs or the hits, and then you could take under 7Ks. I personally don't want that sweat, but it's totally justified. Same thing with Yoshi. That is my take on that stuff. Now, with Gilbert, I told you his pitch is thrown, but I also think he's good for his pitcher strikeouts. 4Ks in the first 3 innings. I think Gilbert can get that. He hooked it last time. I think now he can get it again. He is facing the Phillies, who don't really strike out a lot, but lately they've been swinging and missing at everything. They have a ton of sluggers. They're swinging for fences. So I think that's fine as well for Gilbert. And then the first 5 inning hitter fantasy score today is seriously interesting. Okay, interesting as heck, comment guy. You have Ohtani, 3.5 hitter fantasy score in the first 3 innings. Now, he's probably only going to get 1 bat, maximum 2 bats in the first 3 innings, but let's just say he gets walked his first bat. That's 2. And then if he steals a base, that would cash, or if he gets a walk and a run, a base, or if he hits a single, steals a base, hits a single and a run. I mean, there's so many paths to this right here. I mean, it's crazy. You also have Yarny's 5.5 first 5 innings. It's basically giving you a discount, and I think that's fine too. Now, they are on the road, so they're going to play a full 9 innings, so it's a little bit deceptive. PrizePicks, he'll probably get 2 to 3 bats max in 5 innings time, but both of these are in the mix, guys. How many times has Ohtani stepped up there and cashed first bat? On the flip side, how many times has Ohtani stepped up there and cashed on the last bat? Last bat magic, baby. You could go with that. You could take under 11.5 and over his full game, or you could fade it all together. I did want to cover that though, because Ohtani is Ohtani. His full game fantasy score is a little bit too high for my taste. Can he cash it in 1 bat? Sure, but I don't want to sweat 12 fantasy scores, so I'm more likely going with the first 5 innings. Let's talk about some hitters now, and then we'll wrap it up. But before I do, I want to tell you guys how to get on the live stream, because you better believe there's going to be a live stream today, Papa, at 5:30 Central, just like all Monday through Friday. Now, the price is still $25 a month for all my data models, my live streams, my slips. You saw the slips from yesterday, right? Sweep them all. The daily prop list, the Discord chat, and more. During NFL season, it goes up to $35 to offset the server costs for the NFL models that are going to be released. So click join now, and you can get in. 1 month, 3 months, 6 month package, year packages, all at a discounted rate. Dub Club hosts my product, but I am unlike any other Dub Club creator, I promise you. I interact with my community. I give you guys tools, websites that you can use on your phone and your browser. I give you the slips, I give you the props, I give you the chat, and I give you the live streams. I do it all. If you're like, oh, I want a free trial, you can sign up with one of my partners, Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, or ParlayPlay, and you can backdoor your way into 30 days free. Just send me the email, and I will let you in for 30 days, okay? Chalkboard, ParlayPlay, Underdog, or Sleeper only does that qualify for. So get in the mix. Again, you'll get my base models for WNBA, MLB, all the sports. The captain slip tab right here, which this was the 4-man hitter one that I was talking about in the beginning. This one went 3 of 4. This one swept. It was all right there yesterday with the links. It's going to be there most of the time. But forget all that. You don't even need all that. What the main thing is, you're going to get access to crushed bats, how I make my picks. Crushed bats for hitters and crushed bats for pitchers, the model I showed you earlier. This is worth your $25 a month alone, guys. We're going to run some hitters. They work on your phone. There's light and dark mode. Back, that's a perfect segue. So CaptainCrush.net, get in the mix, guys, and I'll see you in the live stream later today. Now let's go to Crushed Bats Hitters, which we are here, and let's see what we can find. Now we're gonna go look at Yarny. That's the Angels. Man, I've been crushing the hitters. I'll never forget Dan said, oh, Cap don't know the hitter. That comment aged like milk, buddy, milk. Now there's actually a crosswind that's going the opposite way, so it's actually, again, not really going to affect us either way, but it is worth noting. Okay, I have all the metrics you need for a hitter right here in one spot, guys. Their hard hit, their slug, their WOBA, their barrel, and their batting average, guys. I have it all right there. All those metrics. Then I have my algorithm behind the scenes calculate a prediction based on that, given the matchup, the stadium, the weather, right when you select it, okay? So let's look at Ohtani. We'll predict his performance, and you can see 1.31 hits at 93% confidence, 0.7 runs, 60%, 0.7 RBIs, 80%, 1 strikeout, 33%, and a 13% chance of a home run. You can see it's lefty on lefty, so it's challenging. It's not exactly an ideal spot for Ohtani, but given the fact that they're in Coors Field, and Freeland's not that great of a pitcher, you can override it. That's on you guys to decide. Now we have Will Smith here, who just projects off the charts, but unfortunately, someone said he's probably not playing today. I haven't gotten the announcement yet, but if he does play, you're going to want to take Will Smith. And as you can see here on PrizePicks, his line is 9.5, 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 1.5 bases. Any of these are fine. I would probably lean on the fantasy score just in case, but the 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs is good. It is high because, listen, it's going to be high. They're in Coors Field. PrizePicks does this. Now, again, if you want to take the full fade, you could just take less on all these high lines because they're way higher than their season average, like on Ohtani, etc., any of the Dodgers. But I wouldn't on Will Smith because he's due a big game. But guys, I'm not just trying to sell you something here. I'm talking to you man to man from somebody that likes these apps and loves to do this hobby just like you, man. I'm just like you. Ask him in my Discord. I don't big league you guys. I sweat with you guys. I sit there. We ride it out. Win, lose, or draw. We're in the mix. Talking strategy. I tail member slips all the time. Unless I see something completely egregious, I will call it out. But I usually, if someone says cap, tail, I'll tail. I don't try to big league anybody. But this tool will help you with your process. I built it to let you find the hitters you're interested in. Now, it's not an end-all be-all. It doesn't guarantee wins, but this is going to guarantee you have the best data possible, okay? These confidence bands tell you how likely this is to hit, okay? So 1.9 hits with 95% confidence tells me that over half a hit is solid. 1.4 runs, but only 70% confidence, 1.3 RBIs, 80% confidence, and an 18% chance of a home run with 14% confidence. It's likely he's gonna hit a home run. That's what the model is accounting for, given the weather, the stadium, the matchup, which is what's boosting his hits and his runs and all these projections. But the confidence is still the confidence, okay? You can get more detailed analysis by clicking this down here. It says whether, not any, but that's just a front-end bug. It is applied, and it's any hitter on any team, guys, okay? Now, I want to look at the Houston Astros, who literally got belted. They're facing the Tigers on the road. They're facing an elite pitcher, Flirty. Look at his ERA and whip. It's ridiculous, okay? Spencer's their pitcher today, but Jeremy Pena, with a P, is absolutely in the mix today. Hard hit, 34%. Slug, .503. WOBA, .409. 8% barrel, and a 3.13 average. I predicted his performance, 1.25. It's actually lower than his league average, than his season average, but that is because it's accounting for the pitcher. 0.57 runs, 0.55 RBIs, 80% confidence, 0.57 runs, 69% confidence. It doesn't like this spot given the pitcher. Righty on righty, Jack Flaherty, low whip, matchup adjustment, minus 11%, low pitcher ERA, elite expected performance, and a high barrel rate. This is the thing, though, where knowing the game of baseball comes into play. Flaherty is due some regression. He's been playing ridiculous, which that's a whole nother concept and story for another day. I'm not going to cover Flaherty today. And Pena is due a big game. So if you take that, it makes a circle, and I justify it with the low lines, so that is why I will tend to take a shot on Pena today. Notice there's no Gabi for Will Smith on his hits, runs, RBIs. We will have to take that on ParlayPlay, which we will get to in a minute. But Mr. Pena has a low hitter fantasy score because he doesn't project all that well in the models because it's a tough matchup via the pitcher. So the idea here is that we're getting a lower line than normal for him, a 1.5 with a true payout. So we're going to take a shot. That is how I try to get my hitters. I look for the deflated lines on guys who are literally overall good hitters. By the way, if you're in the MLB, you're a good hitter, just so you know. So you want to try to plan it to when both things align. Use the data to back your punches up and get in the mix. So either one of these are fine for Pena. And then the other guy, Manny Machado. I wanted to talk about him. This video is going way longer than I wanted to. What's new? But 6.5 fantasy score for Manny Machado against Robbie Ray tonight. You got to take a shot. In fact, it could be dinger time for Manny. I'm not kidding. It could be dinger time for Manny Machado tonight. You've been warned. Come on, guy. Manny Machado. Ding dong. Now, I'm not a crazy son of a gun, so I won't be having any of that in a lot of exposure, maybe one lineup max, but I will take his fantasy score. I will 100% take his fantasy score at 6.5, or possibly even his 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs, demon comment guy. I might go in the mix. Yeah, I know I'm going in the mix. Now, the beautiful thing is when you are in my Discord and you're a part of my community, I do all this stuff every morning, every day for you guys. You can do it on your own. That's why I built it for you guys. But I also give you my favorite ones personally that you can tail or fade. It's up to you each and every day. Yesterday was a slam dunk. Sometimes they're going to donut. My hitter slip today could 100% donut. It could. Or it could 100% sweep like it did yesterday. I don't know, man. All I know is that my process is sound and I'm going to be in the mix. And I'm teaching you my process, which puts you, comment guy, in the mix. And if you're not interested in MLB, I do it for NFL and NBA and every other sport as well. Let's predict old Manny and hope we roll snake eyes, Papa. By snake eyes, I mean 2. No, comment guy. Only 1.22, but guess what? Have no fear. Captain Crush is here. Captain Crush is telling you it's over factoring Robbie Ray. But righty on lefty, I'm taking it. I am taking it. I think Manny Machado has his day in the sun today. 1.22 hits. It's right at his season average. The line is low for a reason. 0.6 runs, 0.6 RBIs. Not great, but it does have 80% confidence here. The run projection, not that great, but I will tell you this. He's still projected for higher than his season average for home runs. Let me tell you something real quick. It's not a good stadium for home runs. It is a pitcher-friendly stadium right here. If you click this pitcher-friendly, the Marine Layer, large foul territory, deep dimensions. It suppresses the offense. It's applied, okay? Each park in baseball is different. I'm taking all of these factors aside, overriding it and taking a shot on Manny today. But that is where what we call a gut call comes into the mix. I'm making a gut call, comment guy. Does he sell today? I couldn't tell you. All I'm telling you is I'm making a gut call. You have the data here. You see what it is. It is what it is. So now here comes the fun part. We're going to go over here to Parlay Play and we are going to build a lineup. And as always, they have a bunch of boosts. And guys, a lot of you guys aren't on Parlay Play yet. What are you doing? Get on. They have big things coming, guys, for NFL. They have live bets. They have it all. Sign up with code CRUSH. You get your deposit match. I give you 30 days of my cord to try out all those tools, to get in my live streams. I mean, at some point, you got to try something else. You can't just be a PrizePicks loyalist. I won't promote a site that I don't like. And trust me, they've all come to me for partnerships, and I only pick a few that I actually discuss. All right? There's no WNBA today. There is NFL preseason, which we'll talk about that on the live stream. Pero it could very well be Joe Burrow again, like it was last game they played. Burrow, Chase, and Chase Brown. That was crispy. Man alive, that was crispy. We might be going right back there. NFL preseason lineups, there's no skill involved. If you think, oh, well, I know that guy, save it for mama. If Crush tells you there's no skill involved, there's no skill involved. You have no idea how many touches he's going to get. Nobody knows. We're just guessing. But you can make lineups for fun with NFL, and that's what I'm going to do tonight in my live stream. You better believe it. But we're going to make our MLB lineup. We're going to make a couple. Manny Machado, all right. What's his line? 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Pina, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Yoshi's the boost at 5.5, which actually scares me. Knowing that it's the boost scares me. And then Gilbert pitches thrown. You know what? I'm going to take Yoshi out of here because I want to use that boost. Actually, nah. I think I'm going to wait on that boost for something. I'm not sure. I do want to take the Gas Man, and I want to take the Gas Man and Skeens combo. I'm going to take a shot on that combo at 11.5. They don't have it on here, but they have it on PrizePicks. But for Gas Man at 5.5, I want to keep my pitchers with my pitchers. So I'll take Pina and Manny out of there, and I'll do these three right here together. I also think Yuri Perez's fantasy score could go over. This video is so long, man. It is so long. I'm very sorry, guys. Dustin May also needs to be considered. Big Red on a new team. He's motivated. He is highly motivated. Look at Big Red. Earned runs, walks, strikeouts, hits. I mean, this is vintage Red. We also got to decide, does Spencer get his pitching outs today? Because he's been limited. I mean, is he going to get the full run? I can't remember his last start, but his pitching out line at 15.5 could be going under. All right, this is what we're going to do. We got Gasman. You can take out Gilbert if you want and take his live K line. He is going to be sweaty. I'm telling you right now. You could do Yoshi and Gas and Strider or any of those three that I talked about. But I'm just going to do the full bank. Guys, do not make this into one big slip. I'm doing it for myself, but I want you guys to mix and match. Make sure you flex this. Gasman 5.5 Ks, Machado hits runs, Pena hits runs, Gilbert pitches thrown, and Yamato is the boost. You can take out or add any of these guys, but use promo code CRUSH. I'm telling you right now, use promo code CRUSH. That is the way you help me, guys, keep my prices low. I have partnerships with these guys. I don't get the promo funds like you guys. I have a set agreement with them already. I send them traffic. It helps your boy out, and I give you 30 days of Discord for your troubles. Now, if we go over here on PrizePicks, we could see Manny's fantasy score and Pena. That could be a two-man right there, or both of them at 1.5. They don't have Manny at 1.5 over here. This could be fine there. That would pay 3x. That's fine. But for the pitchers, where is that? I think this combo with Gasman and Skeens. I mean, Skeens, let's just say Skeens gets to go the distance today. He's definitely is good for 5 or 6 Ks if he goes the distance. At a minimum, I'd say 4. Then Gasman gets 6. That's 10. Skeens hits his normal average at 6 and Gasman gets 6. It's cash. Either one is fine. But the problem is they don't have Gasman at 5.5 anymore. So that's why I'm telling you guys for the combo's sake. And then for Spencer, Spaghetti Man, they've been moving his line up and down all day. Why? Because it's Detroit. Everyone thinks, oh, it's Detroit. It's a good matchup. Let's just take the under because look at his last 5. Honestly, I'm going to tell you my take. If he goes 6 innings today, he's going to obliterate this line. If they pull him early, which is what this is signaling, he's probably going to stay under. Look at this. 15, 11, 11, 18. Since he's been back, he's only gone 11 and 15. Maybe he plays 18 today. This would still be in the mix, and this is in the mix if he only goes 15 innings. If he goes 18 today, likely sweat-free squares. Guys, I hope you learned something today. I gave you a bunch of information. Take it in how you want. Yesterday was an above-average EV day. An insane day, guys. Absolutely insane. WNBA and MLB, it's not going to happen every single day. You need 1 to 3 of these every single month to be profitable, and that is what I work on, guys. I try my best to give you guys 2 or 3 big days a week. And yes, we have more days, just not Nagasaki days, but it's worth considering. So get in the mix, CaptainCrush.net. We'll wrap it up in the live stream, and I hope to see you guys there. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.